God. Family, I want you all to take a look, take a listen to this young lady. Her name is Vicky, from Atlanta, Georgia. She professed to be black because her mom's black, her dad is white. And she shares this story of when she was in LA going to a party, white party, what actually transpires. Now, I want you all to understand my channel. My channel is just not about gossip and just having videos of, these subject matters for people just to pick apart and take away and, look at it as an entertainment. No. If anybody knows me, it's all about a teaching opportunity and how it is now. So the young folks, it is very important for those to be able to lean upon the eyes, the wisdom of the elders so that they will be able to share that how things were spiritually, how the mentalities was back then, and where it is now so that you can see what you are about to approach or embark on. And my thing is that when you get to this place where we are today, you start to see where things are spiraling, the morality, the mindset are spiraling out of control, but you all can't see it because it's so subtle. Now, she's going to share this story, so take a look at it. I'll be back to share my thoughts.
Now, have you seen this with your own personal eyes, or is this...
Many times.
Okay.
In many situations. Like, especially being in Hollywood and being in the industry, you see a lot of that.
Now, were there ever times you almost yourself got wrapped up into that scenario, or no?
Well, as far as the drugs, no, because I never, I don't want to do that. Because I done seen that to know, so I know better. But like as far as like probably like in Hollywood, if you in the industry, the devil, they like Illuminati, all that shit, they try to get you. Especially when you got a big influence, you around that shit. They try to get anybody, but you just gotta be smart and have discernment and have God's favor over you. Cause if you don't got that and you in Cali, you gonna get sucked in for sure.
What are some of the ways they do try to get to a person of that magnitude?
Let me tell you. What they do is they invite you to these parties, these house parties. Okay. Let me tell you an experience I went through personally. So I was with some friends in LA, and it was this big influencer party. Should I say her name? It was belly throwing party. So I got invited from some other friends. It was on Halloween. I already don't celebrate Halloween. That's the devil's day. But I happened to be with them and they was going. I was like, fuck it, let's go. So it already was a lot of signs. The party said you have to be half naked. I'm like, first of all, I ain't going half naked nowhere. Second of all, it was like a lot of signs that was adding up that night. Like the same night on Hollywood Boulevard, the party was on Hollywood Boulevard. Some guy got shot and killed on Hollywood Boulevard, so the whole street was shut down. So that was another sign. So then we get to the party. This is the beginning of all this COVID stuff. So we get up there. They tell me, oh yeah, you can't bring your phone in. I'm like, first of all, who ain't bringing their phone in? I'm bringing my motherfucking phone in. I don't give a fuck who you is. It could have been Kim Kardashian, and I'm bringing my phone. And then you got to sign some papers. What am I signing some shit for to get into a party? Like what? Like, I'm from Atlanta, we don't do shit like that. And then, this is where it really threw me off. They said they had to prick your blood to get in. I said, oh no, I'm good. Everyone else went, I called my Uber and left. Like, that's the shit where I think they be trying to get you. And like, it's like you gotta think about it. People move to LA for a dream. They chasing money, fame, clout, whatever. So they gotta think about it. Somebody, like, a young girl that's trying to get on and just moved out there, she gon', oh hell yeah, Bella Thorne, and you don't know who else in there. Like connections. Me, I'm good. Like that shit gonna come naturally. I don't gotta prick my finger, take my blood to get into a party. If it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. I'm not finna do something like that.
So what do you think? Now, this young lady just shared something that's profound, and you might have missed it. Not necessarily about them wanting the blood, the prick, the blood. The question of the matter is, what are they going to do with the blood?
Greece, this is the image that most of us have in mind. The Parthenon in Athens. This is where the blueprint for Western civilization received its first draft.
Listen.
Philosophy and science, art and architecture, democracy itself have their roots here. And they're all embodied in the serene lines of one of the most famous buildings in the world. But there's more to the story of ancient Greece than Athens. This is another kind of monument to a very different kind of Greek city. It's the burial mound of 300 warriors from Sparta, who in 480 BC made a heroic last stand in the pass at Thermopylae, resisting a massive invasion force from the Persian Empire. Surrounded and outnumbered by about 40 to 1, they put up a spectacular fight before they were hacked to pieces. They're interred here and honoured by this inscription, which still echoes down the centuries. Ois deim agaleim lacedaimonios, otithia kemetha tois kemon remasi pethomenoi. Go tell the Spartans, stranger passing by, that here, obedient to their laws, we lie. Unlike Athens, Sparta can't boast of its philosophers and politicians and artists. It's famous for two things. Its frugality, which is where we get our word Spartan from, and its fighters. In everyday Spartan life, these two were intimately linked. The whole of Spartan society conformed to a strict code of extreme discipline and self-sacrifice. Their aim to create the perfect state protected by perfect warriors. The pursuit of perfection made Sparta a strange place, where money was outlawed, equality was enforced, and weak children were exterminated. Male homosexuality was compulsory.
Listen.
And women enjoyed a degree of social and sexual freedom that was quite simply unheard of in the ancient world. Its history is one of ruthless militarism, slavery on a massive scale, and a system that can sometimes seem like a premonition of modern-day totalitarian regimes.
So we got to get out the mindset of the Greeks and the Romans. Check this.
Country matters. We have to overcome the mentality of the Western world telling us how we can do our governmental business. We have to overcome what the Western worlds, the Eastern worlds have told us what is right and what is wrong. You see, some of these African countries still have shackles on their brains, and nobody questions why we do this. Wearing these wigs, their judicial system, their judges, with wearing Western blonde wigs is the most stupidest form of act I've seen out of an African in the continent.
For you love your enemy, and the Bible, the theologians slip that in there only. Love your enemy. Yes, sir. Who in the world can love an enemy? When God himself don't love his enemy. But this is to keep you blind. Right. Deaf and dumb. Love your enemy. They call the truth hate. They say what I teach is hate teaching.
That's what they call it.
They teach that the teaching is to hate white people.
Yes, sir.
No, it is not the color, but the truth is not to make love with the devil.
Yes, sir. That's right.
If you love the devil, you must suffer the consequence of the devil. And the devil is destined to be destroyed by the God of righteousness. Because righteousness have power. Righteousness have voice.
That's right.
Righteous have the power and the wisdom, the know-how to rid itself of that which is other than itself. And if we love our enemies, we can't love God. You are in the hand of the enemy. You have been deceived by the enemy of God, oft-time called adversary. That's me, devil, just a saying. Any time that you oppose to right, truth, and justice, you are enemy to God. You can be white as snow and you can be black as... Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Be black as a ace of spades, as they used to call it.